Hello, welcome to this video where I'm going to attempt to run through KMS as quickly as I can. There certainly are a few areas that require a bit more explanation, so I will have separate videos for those, and I will notate where and when those separate videos would occur. KMS is essentially, think of it as the middle step in your communication process. If you have a VMS and you enter in your products, the products have to make it to KMS, and then from KMS they will go to our kiosk. Likewise, when a sale is recorded, it will go from the kiosk to KMS to your VMS. Our current VMSs, we support Cantaloupe, Streamer, and VenMax, and we also have an option which is a non-VMS option, which essentially turns KMS into a very stripped down, bare bones version of a VMS. Anyhow, let's see if I can run through this really quick. Here we go. Alerts. There's various alerts from shopping carts canceled, invalid barcodes, door open, door closed, offline, online, these kinds of things. You can search in all of these windows. You will see you can show however many you want, from 5 to 50 selections. If you want to search for a specific thing, like we see a shopping cart canceled, now we have every shopping cart canceled ad, or alert I should say. Or you can search via equipment. You can export, and that will always export to an Excel document where you can export just all the shopping cart canceled errors if you want, or alerts. Alright, moving on. Clients is something they just added the other day, and I haven't even been able to talk to my dev about it, but it looks like it's a place where you can add who you are dealing with, who your customers are, and you can add their contact information so you have it handy if you need to reach out to them for any reason. Contact support is simply on the right here. It's a support form that we'll send once you hit submit and create a ticket in our Zendesk system, so the first available agent can answer it. And then here are the other methods to call us and get in touch with us. Fair warning, I've never received a fax, so if anyone watching this has faxed us with a support request, I'm sorry, I never saw it, and I have yet to see any fan mail yet. But email and our phone number work perfectly fine, and also create Zendesk tickets so we can address them. Alright, cash collections. This is something that's triggered by physically going to the kiosk, opening the door. When you open the door, it shuts off the UI, or the user interface, and it brings up the operator menu. At this point, there's a button called Post Cash, and you'll click that, and that's what transmits a cash collection to KMS. It is not shown on the kiosk screen, but it is shown in KMS. And it will, obviously there's nothing because the demo organization doesn't have any of this, but it will show you the collection date, the equipment it came from, the bills collected, and the total income. And there will actually also be a plus sign here that you can click on the far right, and it will open up and show you the amount of bills, the denominations, that sort of thing. Yet again, you can export the list if you wish and show the amount of entries, or search for a specific date or time or equipment. Let's see, equipment. This is where I would break off and do some separate videos. One would be how to register equipment, because this is quite a process and it's very specific. It's actually not quite a process, is the wrong way to say it, but it's very specific. If there's an error made, we can always make changes, but that merits its own video. And then the actual equipment page, if you go to the name that's highlighted here and click on it, you'll go to a specific equipment page where you can get information, set up hot buttons, and set up promotions in the bottom left. And I will make a separate video for this screen because there's a lot of detail here. Okay, moving on, because we're speed running here. Locations is a way to map out where your kiosks are located, so you can have an idea perhaps of your range of where you have machines set up. Organization is your information. If you put this in here and fill this out, we can always reach out to you if there's a software update or some other thing that comes up that we need to get in touch with you over. Planogram templates involves a different product that hasn't even seen the light of day yet. It is on the horizon, but there's no sense to talk about it right now in September 2019, as it's not here just yet. Product catalogs, product categories, and products are going to show you, they're just going to be reflective of what is in your VMS, or these will be the three things you use if you're a non-VMS customer to upload products. But from the perspective of someone with a VMS, products would be your whole product library. Product categories would be how you've categorized the products within your VMS. And product catalogs would be each of the catalogs assigned to separate kiosks and what is in each of those catalogs. User profile pertains to the specific person using the KMS site. I believe really the only thing here is it tells you your name and then what time zone you're in. So if you had multiple users in different time zones, they might be able to see some of the reporting in their own time zone. Reports are very minimal and sparse. You will have far better reporting on your VMS, but for those with non-VMSs, we have a kiosk restock, a restock summary, and a loyalty card reload summary. In all of these, you can choose to look at all the kiosks or a specific kiosk. You can filter by the last cash collection date, or you can filter by a date range, and then when you hit report, you'll have a report generated. At that point, any of these, you see the up and down here, you can filter. You can use filter options. Obviously, yet again, demo organization, so nothing's in here, but it will tell you location, equipment, name, the code of the product, the name of the product, and the quantity sold. A quick note for non-VMS users, the KMS is not set up to know what your beginning inventory was. It's only set up to tell you how many of a product have been sold. So it doesn't know that you put 18 there, it only knows that we've sold 6. Going out of reporting, I will go to sales. This would be an overview of all your kiosk sales. Again, demo organization, so nothing here in this instance, but you can export the sales. You actually have individual search criteria up here if you click, and you can click it based on the equipment if you want. You can select all. You can select this, you can select a time period, you can select a payment type and or a transaction number, and then you can search. And if you want to save the search for any reason, you certainly can and come back to it later. So if you need to search for a specific transaction, this might help you grab it quicker than through your VMS. That's your sales. Settings merits its own video, but suffice to say it's where you set up your machine settings, which usually you only need to set up once, and then any notification groups you want to apply to the kiosks, which are essentially notification groups or alert messages that you can send to multiple people within your company when a certain error triggers, if you'd like, or alert. Temperature maps, basically you can create temperature maps. You see in this example we've got a frozen one, and our product categories are ice cream, but I can add another map, make up a name I want, and assign the product categories to it. And we also have a refrigerated category, and once we create temperature maps like this, if we're utilizing temperature maps, we can place the temperature map name in the kiosk config file, and then that's where we set a threshold temperature. If the temperature is exceeded, if it goes past the temperature for the amount of time that you've set, then it will turn off the ability for anyone to be able to vend. So, for example, if you had your frozen category and you had ice cream products, and there were 15 ice cream products on your kiosk, if they exceeded whatever temperature you set, 55 degrees for over 30 minutes, anyone who went to the kiosk and tried to buy an ice cream item would find that the item is locked out. And lastly, we have uptime statistics, and this just tells you over the past 24 hours how often a kiosk has been online. We check every 5 minutes by sending what's called a heartbeat, and that's what we base the percentage metric on. Suffice it to say, the more your kiosk is online, the better it is, because when the kiosk falls offline, there is potential for some errors and some missed sales. And that is the quick KMS tour. I'll be back with more videos specifically on the equipment and equipment registration and the settings page. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us. Vendors Exchange Support, 888-816-8348. Lastly, I guess, yet again, demo organization, but you can just see a quick overview of the day's activities and various stats on the front page. And here's your logout button. All right, take care.